Hello and welcome back to today's episode of Retro for You. My name's Neil and today we're working on this. Now if you remember this from the last video, it is a retro chip tester. Now looking at it, it doesn't look too special at all. But that's about to change because in this box here from PCBWay is my first 3D printing I've had done from them. So let's get this unboxed in a minute, have a look and we'll see if we can get this retro chip tester into a new shiny case. I'm going to crack on with this and see if we can get this sorted. Now this is the first thing I've had printed from PCBWay. The link to the STL is down below. I've also got some other bits and bobs to add to this, which I printed myself. Now this main part here, which is in this bag here, is the main part. Now I couldn't actually physically print this on my bed because my 3D printer is not big enough. I only have an A1 Mini, but it does generally the things I need it to do, which is just cases for cartridges, etc. And for that it's spot on. But this is the first time I've had anything printed from PCBWay, so I'm quite excited about having a look at this. Also I have had it printed in 100% infill ABS, so it should be very strong. This is something I can't do, is print ABS. So we're just going to have a look at this and open it up live on camera. So you can see here, now I'm actually quite blown away by that. It actually looks superb. Look at the finish on that. That is going to look absolutely brilliant. I love that finish. I think it'll go this way like this, and this will be for the screen. This is for the chip holder here, and that's where the power gubbins are, the AC/DC, and I have printed a grill which will go over just like that, and it seems to match as well. So maybe they've got big Bamboo Labs printers, I'm not quite sure, but the quality of that is brilliant and it's uber strong. Look at that, that is so nice. So impressed with that. First thing I've had printed. It doesn't look 3D printed at all. Great quality. So what we're going to do now is we're going to crack on and we're going to build this up and see what it's like. So straight away I've got an issue. Now this isn't PCBWay's issue, this is an issue with a case. It doesn't, I soldered this on here, which was the B, and it seems it only has the two openings for the 9V here, which is the DC, and also USB there. So what I need to do is to get one of these USB sockets here to solder. I'm going to desolder this quickly so I can actually fit this in the case, because I do want to see it in the case because I think it'll look so much nicer, and I do have some, like I say, extra goodies to fit on this. So let's hope we can get this fitted. So I'm just quickly going to desolder this here. This is why I use PCBWay, the top quality boards delivered fast and done right. When it comes to turning a retro dream into reality, it all starts with a solid PCB, and that is where PCBWay comes in. You can start by browsing a huge range of shared community projects ready to go. Just add one to your basket, wait for the checks to go through, and then click order now. So once you've got your project that you want to build in your basket, then you're presented with a lot of options. The most important one being solder mask and what colour you want your boards. After that, you can also select whether you'd like an SMD stencil and, more importantly, assembly service. So if you're soldering it up to scratch, you can get PCBWay to make the board for you and send it you complete. How great is that? What you need to do now is wait a few days and promptly your parcel will arrive. All that's left to do once you get your package is to open it up, remove the well packaged boards, and also what's great is you always get a minimum order of 5 boards, so if things do go wrong like they generally do with me, I've still got another 4 chances of getting it right. So from projects small to big, PCBWay is the place to go. Did I also mention PCBWay not only does boards, it also does CNC machining, 3D printing, sheet metal fabrication, injection molding. It's an absolutely amazing place. So don't forget to check out my link below and all new customers will receive a $5 bonus. Thank you very much, PCBWay. So we're back onto this. I've actually had to order some more parts, etc. I've now had to remove this ZIF socket and I will tell you why I've had to do that. I got it off without damaging any ports, so jobs are good. And I've also removed this USB-B plug that I said last time, and that we're not going to be using anymore. What I have got is a micro USB here, this little tiny one here, which we're going to solder here to J2. So that will give me the option to power it off a micro SD cable, which will work through the hole in the side of the case. So that should all be good. So what I'm going to do now is just going to solder this on, then we'll get to work on this side of the board as well. So we'll just quickly plug this in now to see if we've got any power, which we do. So that is working great. Next we need to build these two boards here. And this will relocate the socket higher, allowing it to protrude out the case. Now this is a problem I had. I tried to fit it to the case and the socket was inside, so it didn't work. So what you need to buy is these distance adapters, are called distance adapter for Retro Chip Tester Pro. We need to get this installed, so we're going to add the pin headers just like so, and next we're going to install this first board on the top. So now we've got this in line, we shall solder a couple of the pins. So we're going to do kind of what we did before. So we're going to put some female sockets in here, and we have the other board here. We will then push the male sockets into these, making sure they're in line. Next we will add these sockets here, and now to make sure they're straight, we'll add the other board on the top. So now that's on top, we'll press that down, or we can actually tape this together. What we can do is put some tape across here and under here, and we can just sandwich the whole lot together. And you can see there, that side and that side is now straight. So now the point is we need to solder these connections here. Okay, we can now flip this over and solder the underside as well. Okay, now what we can do is we can remove this tape. And we just have one more part, which is this here. So what we need to do is we just need to take it apart, which is there, and then we just need to pop this on top, making sure that pin 1 is to pin 1, just like so. We can fold that down and we can press this down tight, just making sure all the pins are through. Yes, they are. So all we need to do now is to flux this up and solder these last pins. So that I'm happy with now. This will basically solder into the board. This will plug into the board like so, which means changing sockets is a bit easier. So I can just whip it out and plug that back in. As easy as that. Okay, so as we solder this in place, this should now hopefully just slot back into place. We should be able to tape it down. I'm hoping. Here we have the base. Now we need to do a few more things to this before we can sort it out. One of the things is to put some of these brass lugs in here. Now these should hopefully just press in with a soldering iron. Now I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's my thinking. I do need to use these screw points here and here, etc., to hold the board in place. I'm just going to stick some super glue around these and glue them in place and leave them to set and see how it goes. So I'll be back in a bit, guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is to try and line this up again. Now what also I did print was this here, which is a screen bracket, and I think that just sits in like so, and the screen should sit over there, just as easy as that. Now what we need to do is just put some screws into these corners. I think hopefully these ain't too long. I haven't got many others. They could be way too long actually. Yeah, they're too long. So what I need is some shorter screws for these corners. Let me just have a look, see what we got. When you start doing this YouTube, like, you tend to start buying all these boxes, and in this box I have a load of M3s. Look at that, and it just so happens we've got some short ones here which should do the job for what we need. I do have some little plastic screws here that are M3, and these will probably do the job hopefully. You can see here these are actually a bit smaller. Perfect. That one actually works. Yes, and the super glue is holding. You can see there now, I can pick that up without it falling out. The screen is in. We need to change this again and just put some longer screws into the screen. Hopefully these ones will work here. Looks like they might. Hopefully. Yes, they do. That's just gone tight. So we need one in this corner. You can see there it's grabbed the screen. And one in this corner here. There's three basically here. And again, it's gone nice and tight. absolutely brilliant. It's coming together. Okay, next. Now, I do have something else in here. Now, this came all the way from Quebec in Canada. You see there, Canadian Post. Now, this guy is the one that designed this box. And what he sells are these here, which look quite cool, I thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and get this open, and I'll be with you in a minute. So in here, let's open it live, is my invoice. But also there is quite a cool vinyl. Now look at that. Now that is going to stick on top. And doesn't that look the part? It just makes it look so much better. But what I need to do is try and get that on. So this is the moment of truth. Am I any good at sticking these things on? I don't know. So we're just going to take this off for 1 minute. Put this to one side. Move all these screws. And we should be ready to try and apply this. Is it better to apply it that side? No, it can't apply that side, can it? It's got to apply on this side. So, here goes nothing, guys. I'm hoping I can line this up well. Just going to pop out these bits and bobs, like the screw holes, etc. Feels pretty sticky, which is good. It's pretty there. Spot on. I can't believe I managed to do that on video. I hope it was recording. Yes, it is. And there you can see what a difference that is. That looks the part, if you don't say so. So now my Retro chip tester, which is here, now looks like that. Look at that. I'm so happy with that. That just looks the bee's knees. Now what I could do is we can put these screws in the corners. So regarding the grill here, you can see I've put some brass inserts in. Now I should have really put these on before the vinyl, but hey ho, we live and learn. I managed to get them in. I'm just going to put some standoffs on. So see these little standoffs? So this should help raise the grill, because obviously these capacitors etc are a bit high. So let's just stick them in. It's as easy as that, and then we'll use the plastic screws again. So there you go, that's that grill sorted. So I've sorted the buttons and now I have 5 buttons at work, which is absolutely brilliant. I've printed the front out for the USB. I haven't actually got the USB part. I've looked everywhere for it. It's in this shed somewhere. I'll probably just end up ordering another one and fitting it at a later date. Now also I need to order some rubber feet for in here, but that again I can sort later. Let's just power this on and just see how it looks in its case. Now you can see straight away that just looks day and night compared to how it looks. That looks now more professional product, and I'm very happy with it. And a big thanks to the guy that spent time in Canada creating this case. A big thumbs up to you. I mean, this is a top class case. I suggest anybody who's got one of these, just get it made. It's worth it. Just look how cool it looks, and get this ordered as well from his channel. So a big thanks to PCBWay for printing this case and making this project possible, and also for sponsoring this video. Thumbs up to you guys. Also, don't forget to check out my YouTube buddies, Captain Commodore, 8-Bit Retro Refix, and Josib. Also guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, the thumbs up one that's down below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done already. Now, subscribers are trickling in every now and again, so I'm happy with that. Thank you all. And thank you all to my 99p membership guys that are still paying the 99p and helping to buy these vinyls, etc. So big thanks to you guys. Without that, these projects would not be possible. And on that note, I shall see you next time on Retro for You. See you soon, guys. Bye.